The rustle of papers and creak of courtroom benches filled the air as people shuffled into their seats. A small but highly publicized civil rights case was set to be heard. A wrongful arrest suit filed by Jamal Thompson, a 41-year-old policy analyst and former federal investigator, against the Charlotte Police Department. The case centered around a detainment during a 2024 public policy conference, where Jamal, mistaken for a protester, had been forcefully removed from a panel he was scheduled to moderate. As he entered the courtroom in a simple charcoal gray suit, Jamal's presence barely registered with the officials inside. His natural dreadlocks and modest attire drew glances and even a low comment from a court clerk. He must be the defendant. He wasn't. He was the plaintiff, the lead expert witness, and the person who had written two of the policy briefs at the center of the case. The opposing counsel, attorney Philip Marks, didn't hide his skepticism. In his opening remarks, he painted Jamal as a policy activist with a grudge against law enforcement, implying that his presence at the conference was somehow suspicious or provocative. Mr. Thompson lacks the professional credibility to claim bias, Marks said flatly. He was not a scheduled speaker, nor a recognized delegate. Jamal's lawyer, Maya Delgado, stood with a tight smile and calmly addressed the room. Your Honor, if we may present Exhibit A, the official agenda from the conference, which lists Mr. Thompson as a keynote panel moderator, policy co-author, and DOJ liaison. There was a visible pause in the courtroom as the document was displayed. The judge leaned in. Marks blinked. Delgado didn't stop there. For the record, she said, my client holds a dual PhD in constitutional law and public administration from Georgetown and Oxford. He is a senior fellow with the Center for Law and Urban Policy, a published legal scholar, and a consultant for 3 congressional committees. Jamal simply nodded, his face steady. Not arrogant, not bitter, just resolute. When called to testify, Jamal stood and took the oath, his voice steady. I was there to moderate a panel on federal transparency statutes. 10 minutes before it began, I was approached by officers who said someone matching my description was causing a disturbance. I showed my credentials. They were ignored. I was handcuffed and escorted out in front of attendees, including senators and journalists. And did you resist? No. Did you raise your voice? No. He then paused. But I did ask why I was being removed. Repeatedly, I was told to be quiet. The defense claimed officers were acting in good faith, but video from 3 attendees, plus CCTV footage, showed Jamal being compliant, calm, and clearly wearing a conference badge. When asked why he didn't make a bigger scene, Jamal said, because I've learned that dignity is my best protest. Then Delgado handed the judge one final piece of evidence, an internal conference memo from the Department of Justice, referencing Jamal's role in shaping the very policies under discussion at the event. A whisper moved through the gallery. One juror's jaw tightened. In closing arguments, Marks tried to recover. This is a misunderstanding blown out of proportion, Delgado fired back. This is about what happens when the system sees black intelligence as threat instead of asset. My client wasn't misidentified. He was dismissed because of how he looked, not who he was. The ruling was swift. The judge awarded full damages to Jamal and ordered a formal apology from the department. But more than the legal victory, it was the narrative that resonated. A video clip of Jamal calmly giving his credentials, while being handcuffed, circulated widely online, sparking conversations on professional bias, implicit racism, and systemic dismissal of black excellence. Outside the courthouse, a reporter asked how he felt. I wasn't angry, Jamal said. I was tired of having to prove I belong in rooms I helped build. But today I didn't just win a case. I reminded them, and hopefully others, that qualifications don't always wear a suit and tie the way they expect. He turned, adjusted his blazer, and walked off, not triumphant, but grounded.